But before I continue, we have to start with the global recession that those guys are pretty much were expecting. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to do your own due diligence, because those big players, those big hedge funds with their assets under management, they're also not know what they're doing. They have a lot of money, but they still figure it out. So it's always important to do your own due diligence. As you can see, this article says why a global recession is inevitable in 2023. And as you can see, we had not have a recession. So I cannot say it enough. Always do your own due diligence. Don't listen to those big players. We got a new article. One of Wall Street's biggest bears says a huge crash is coming as market arts in the biggest credit bubble in history. Man, I didn't have seen no recession, but keep that in mind. They still have a lot of money. They still have a lot of influence on the market. As you can see, they basically sold in the first week to get a little pullback, but to avoid tax for 2023, they'll be like, yo, we figured it out in 2024 later on this year. But that's the reason why they sold. And I sold a few shares of mine too, because I can buy back. But what have been happening the last year is that we got big players like the Magnificent Seven are basically leading the market. We had big inflation. It was around 9–10% in mid 2022, and they were like, yo, the big players are basically leading the market, talking about the Meta, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, and Nvidia. They was leading the market. Everyone put their money there. It was basically a safe bet. And those small players, they basically were left behind. So this time of the year, people are basically taking their profits of those Magnificent Seven, and they basically are planning to invest their money in those small players, small caps, because there could be a little pullback.